Hi there, it's Daryl again, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Uh, Today's fly we're going to tie is for the Project Healing Waters folks here in Charleston. Sometimes they like to have a video so they can learn how to tie it after the class. So we're going to go ahead and tie it. It's got to do with tying Doug Swisher and Carl Richards. Their flies, the fly that we're going to probably tie is one of the things that really made them famous. It's a dry fly with a no-hackle. And I'm going to take the recipe out of here, one of the many on a no-hackle fly. Why don't we take a look at it, and then we'll get to start tying it, and I'll explain the materials as we go along. Alright, this here's the Sidewinder. It's Slate Tan with a no-hackle. It's a Mayfly done type pattern. Hopefully, I apologize for the color here, but those are supposed to be kind of natural duck quill and gray. But let's explain the materials as I go along. On there, the hook that I'm going to use is lightning strike dry fly in a size 16 in there. We'll put the hook in, and I'm going to go ahead and debarb it. And the thread I'm going to use is 70 denier in black. And what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and start this about right in front of the point, midsection, and we'll take it right over where the barb used to be. And the first material we're going to put on is a little bit of ball dubbing, and that's going to help split the wings. I'm going to use some Cypherfly kaput dubbing. It's high floating, supports about 30 times more than its weight. And this is perfect for dry flies, so I'm going to use that. In the original recipe that they call for, they're probably using rabbit or something like that. A fur. So I'm going to switch it up and use some of this synthetics. And I'm just going to put a ball right here. And like I said, that's going to help split the fibers. The tailing material I'm going to use is some saddle hackle in tan. And I don't know, I'm just going to take 3 or 4 fibers. I don't know how many, but it's a tail. Probably don't want a lot. And I'm going to try to put the same amount on one side versus the other. You probably want to have this about a hook shank in length. And I'll just tie that right up to that ball. And And you can see how that splits it. We'll trim this part off right now before we put the other side on. And I'll take another section there about the same amount. And try to match those up with and as you can see, I have them somewhat split there. Making sure we're still split. And now we're going to double body using the same material. Remember that less is more, and just take it a little bit at a time. So far it's pretty easy, but our next step will probably be the challenging one for most people. It is still for me. And we'll take this right up. Right up there, making sure we still have a split wing on there. Next we're going to do is some natural goose quill, and we're going to put a wing on there, no hackle, just the wing. And what I'll do is I like to measure mine. I use the same hook cap as the hook I'm using. And we got a right and left wing. And I'll just divide that in half. And set that down. And then I'll take another wing, the opposite wing, and I kind of lost my hook. sure where it went. Oh, there it is. It's stuck to my scissors. And again, I'm going to kind of measure that gap. And snip that off. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to match these wings like that to make sure they're the same length. On there. And then we're going to tie them on so that they're about a hook length and gap. And we want them to kind of come up with a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to give it a couple loose wraps. Pulling up on the tension, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to snip off that excess. And grab a needle here. And make sure those are splayed out right there. Next we're going to put a little more dubbing on to finish off that thorax, maybe the head area. Again, don't need much. And we'll give it a whip finish. And one more for security reasons. And there we have it, Swisher Richards dry fly without a hackle. And their research has shown that this is probably more what the fish is seeing. Who knows? The fish will tell us when they're catching or when they're deciding to eat it. All right. All right. That completes that fly. This book here has primarily got recipes in it. This has got some recipes, some some steps, but doesn't talk too much about hook size, things like that. But this talks about how to fish them and things like that, and the scientific research that they went through to make these determinations. Anyway, give this fly a try. Hopefully you're more successful at tying on those wings than what I was, and we will see you on the water. Thanks for watching.